Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on The World Now. The Gambia has taken steps towards lifting a ban on female circumcision, a move that could make it the first country in the world to reverse legal protections against the practice of millions of women and girls. This comes as politicians in the West African nation's parliament voted 42-4 to advance the controversial bill, which would repeal a landmark 2015 ban on female genital mutilation that made the practice punishable by up to 3 years in prison. The legislator who introduced the bill argued that the ban violated citizens' rights to practice their culture and religion. But in reaction, activists and rights organizations say the proposed legislation reverses years of progress and risks damaging the country's human rights record. Gender advocate Tessie Biobaku joins me now via Zoom to speak more on this development, as well as the dangers of the practice of female genital mutilation. Thank you for joining us on The World Now. The UN has estimated that more than half of women and girls between the age of 15 to 49 in the Gambia have undergone this procedure. Now we see religion and culture rearing its head again. How much of an impact do you think this reversal will have on women in Gambia if it passes through?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on board. The impact, not just in Gambia, is going to be one that will affect basically a lot of the African countries, also in Nigeria. I'm from Akwa Ibom, and I remember in the time past, Cross River, Calabar, there was that amplified voice against FGM, which is a female genital mutilation. Now, having this reversal is going to cause a lot of implication, negative implication in the life of the girl child. You know, we're in a country where, we're in a world where the women, the girl child, are going through a lot. They suffer a lot of tough situations, and when things are put in place to help the girl child, for the safety of the girl child, there is need for us to stand and be as active to make sure that those policies in no way are being reversed. Having FGM, which is more like a traditional practice, but it is an harmful practice. It's violence against the girl child. Taking into cognizance that most of the girl child that go through this, they go through it from actually ages of even as at 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years and above. It's traumatic. It's a system that needs to stop now. It's not even a system that we need to start talking about in this age and time. It's a barbaric act.
Unfortunately, stakeholders in places like Gambia do not quite agree with you. This particular bill is backed by religious conservatives, and they are saying that it seeks to uphold religious purity and safeguard cultural norms and values. So what role do you see religious leaders and cultural icons play in all of this?
I think we need that cultural intervention, because, and then we need to get people to be well informed with regards to the consequences that comes with this. I mean, sometimes I think when we have an abnormal act being embraced as being normal, we think is the right thing. But when we're able to inform people and let them understand the consequences, you know, the negative implications these acts, especially on the girl child, I think with that a lot of people will be more and well informed of knowing that they don't need to practice this act again. This is something that needs to stop now. It's not even about reducing it. It's total eradication, because it has no positive influence on the girl child, not the society. Because naturally, with the way it is, you are just, instead of even any positive implication, it's more about negativity, because you're putting a girl child, you know, in terms of futuristic pain, trauma. Childbirth becomes a problem. Because of this, some of the girl child have died. Mothers have died at childbirth because of this practice. We need to remove a lot of stigmatization that comes with cultural and social
All right.
cultural norms,
I hear you
especially
clearly.
against the girl child.
Hopefully, a major intervention changes the mind of the Gambian Parliament on this. We're counting on it, and we're looking forward to how they will decide in the coming days. Tessie Biobako, gender advocate, thank you so much for talking to us on The World Now.
Thanks for having me on board.
Now, let's take you to Nigeria.